connected.
How you doing on fuel?
Oh, I got 3/4 of a tank.
Okay.
So I'm good for 150 miles.
Right.
What do you got there? Some climb gloves?
Yes, sir.
My goodness.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain had them on sale half off.
Well, that's cool.
So I thought, yeah, I'm going to get a pair.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of probably reminds you a lot of riding back home, don't it?
That's what I just fixing to say. I was going to say, welcome to everybody on YouTube, and I was going to be like, well, I guess this is Woodzman City Adventures. I don't
know. Right. Yeah, go ahead and start your video.
This is a rare scene. You're going to see me in with this much traffic.
Right.
But at least I got the knobbies made for this kind of roads.
Oh yeah, exactly. Tractionators.
Yeah, tractionators for the city. Hey, thank everybody. I think it's about 100 degrees. Last time I looked on the thing, it was 100 degrees. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
What did your bike say?
96.
That's close.
Yeah, it feels like 100.
Yeah. And 96, I don't know if it's been that hot back home yet. I don't think so.
Yeah, with the last couple of days, it's been running right at 100 in the mid-afternoon. We're a little bit late. I bet you it probably did hit 100 today.
Wow, it said 100 earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I just looked on the iPhone app, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Back home, they say it's going to be 97, but it don't reach it. It gets 91, and it's about what it does.
Well, and the bike was parked in the shade in the garage, and it's cooler in there than it was outside, too. So this temperature on this may actually go up in a little bit.
Right. I know you all are expecting a drag race with this Africa Twin.
It's going to happen.
So, with them tires on, I think to be fair, because I have the knobby tires, what we would want to do, we'll do a drag race like through extreme ledge rock, creek bed, mud bog stuff. We'll do that one first.
Right.
And then when we get to the end of it, then we'll drag race the highway back. That'll make it fair with his street tires.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That seems fair.
Now, I mean, he might not make it to the one to come back on the way back, but
yeah, right.
with them tires. That's what I told a friend of mine at work. He's like, I can beat that. He had a CBR 1000. He's like, I'll blow that thing off the map any day. I was like, no, you can't. I told him, I said, I can race you 2 races and I'll win both of them.
Right.
He said, how's that? And I said, well, we're going to go down through Rock Creek first.
Right.
And then we'll ride the, it'll be fair for me. And then the highway will be fair to you. We'll ride the highway back.
Right.
And he said, well, I won't make it through Rock Creek. And I said,
that's
well,
not my bad. We're still going to bet big money either way.
That's where the dual sport has an advantage.
Right.
Hey, is this the town, the tornado thing?
This is the town that the tornado goes through pretty regular. It's Moore, Oklahoma.
On the news all the time in the Moore, Oklahoma?
That's it. When I was a kid, I lived out here. In kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, I went to school out here.
So this is, but we're in Oklahoma City, no?
No, right now you're in Moore.
Okay. I couldn't tell when we left anything yet.
You can't tell unless you know. The only way you can really tell out here, the blue street signs is a different city. In Oklahoma City, your signs are green.
Now you see where I'm at, we leave the town, we don't have a city, but we leave the town and we drive 10 to 20 miles before you get to another one.
Right.
And you can tell you're not in town.
Right. Yeah, see, this is a bad example, but this next street light actually has a green sign. That's still not Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay.
But these blue signs kind of help.
Huh.
Midwest City, Dale City, the Village, almost every city that Oklahoma City surrounds has a different color. Some of them are red, some of them are blue or whatever, but all of your Oklahoma City streets are going to be green like that one there.
So it's for that reason?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, that's part of the reason, but this right here, if you see on this side, you can't see through this 18-wheeler now, the gas truck, but it says 19th Street. That's 19th Street is a Moore Street, because Oklahoma City's, this same street's 149th.
Do you ever notice that them tanker trucks are always in the way?
Yeah.
It's so irritating to see one of them people with a tanker truck driving around getting in the way. And
I bet you that's Tanker Man right there.
Oh, I never even thought about he does that, driving one of them. I forgot.
Yeah, I
wouldn't have said that if I'd have thought about it.
I'll wait, because he's pretty, yeah, I was going to say, his lane ends if he's going straight.
Yeah. I was wondering why you slowed down.
Yeah, I don't want to get smashed by Tanker Man.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, see what they do? They cause havoc.
Right, yeah.
Uh-oh. There's a cop car.
Yeah, I think that guy lives there because his police car is always there.
Okay. Actually, if you would like, I can call Blake and ask if that's where the guy lives.
Yeah, I bet you Blake would know. He's got it on his GPS.
He's got them all marked down on the GPS where he knows.
Just in case he decides to run from one.
That's a fact. So would you say that bike at Africa Twin is smoother riding than the DRZ?
Yeah, quite a bit. It really is from the factory. I mean, the suspension's actually pretty smooth, but it's the best way I can describe the difference between the two. And everybody knows I love my DRZ, but the DRZ feels like a mini bike after you get off this and hop back on the DRZ.
Oh yeah, I bet. That's right.
Now riding the DRZ and then hopping on this bike, you're like, okay, this is it's a bigger bike and it feels bigger. But I mean, you really feel the extremity when you go from this one back to the DRZ.
Well, you can. When I sit on the bike, I can feel that it's still not a big old adventure bike. It feels lightweight. You can tell that there's some dual sport in that.
Right, and that was one of the things I really liked, and I think I even mentioned it in a video in the past, was you can sit on this bike, even though it's a 1000 and it's got the bigger tank and all that, it doesn't feel this big or heavy between your legs when you're sitting on it.
And when you stand up, it's easy to go from sitting to standing.
Right.
It looks like it would be.
Yeah, it is. It's probably the easiest one. I mean, it's even easier than the DRZ or anything. And I just put these foot pegs on. That video won't air for another day or two, but it's the first time to actually get out and ride with these foot pegs on, and that makes a world of difference as well. But it is super easy to stand up on it. Even at, speeds of 50, 60 miles an hour, you can stand up just real easy.
Yeah. And you notice on a street bike, an actual full-blown street bike cruiser or something, you ever try to stand up on one? It's not so easy.
Oh yeah, it's almost insane.
It's just a lot of it's a placement of the foot pegs.
Right.
They're back further or further forward or something. Yeah.
Right.
It's just hard to stand up on one.
Yeah, and I believe this bike has a little over 10 inches of ground clearance, but you're right, the difference between your seat and where they put the foot pegs on this is actually a bigger distance than like the DRZ, which is a taller bike.
Oh yeah.
My legs have been up a little bit more, so it makes it harder to stand up.
Yeah, so your legs, I can see your legs go down.
Right.
Instead of being straight out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and that part of it, you use less energy standing up because you're not going from a kind of a squatting position.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And even though it may only be an inch or two difference, but you can definitely tell it. And then if you get out on the bigger roads or you start riding 50 to 60 miles an hour, this with the 6 gearbox, 6 speed, it really helps on your highway speeds as well.
Right.
Besides having the horsepower to actually keep you going, but the DRZ does pretty good, but it really, you're kind of pushing its limits when you get up around 60. I know people ride them faster than that, but I mean, it's running some RPMs, and I've got a bigger sprocket on my rear too for riding in dirt, but.
Right. Oh, you've changed the sprocket on your DRZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did on this too. 42 tooth.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I put on mine. It's either 42 or 3, but 42 sounds right. But I'm terrible with numbers and names.
There's one guy on my channel, he changed his rear one to a 44, and he said it's really low. I think a 44 would be a little much.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think that's more than one tooth on the front, because I'm thinking, I've seen it different ways, but the way I've experimented, about 3 teeth on the rear is the same as 1 on the front.
Right, and you're not chewing into your swing arm that way.
Right.